Evening all. Thanks so much for being here. Of course, this isn't a rehearsal. It's not a lecture. It's not a deep dive or anything like that. This is just my weekly Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening even, goodness me, coming in here and getting all of the sound sorted. Where's that coming from? Oh, shut up, people. It's a disaster. Oh, it's that one. Right. There we are. So it's definitely not any kind of rehearsal, but I do hope those of you who are here, I hope you enjoy the process. I'm going to craft some music, if that's the word. I'm not sure if craft is the word, particularly, certainly not dressed like this, but I thought, well, given I went out and about with the kids about an hour ago, actually, they did very, very well. We omped all over the neighbourhood, and they came back with absolutely bulging cauldrons of sweeties, and they've just gorged themselves silly. So you may well hear the galumphing sound of not so tiny feet all running around high on sugar. They've just been catching up on Strictly. For those of you who don't know what Strictly is the UK equivalent of Dancing with the Stars, I believe is what they call it in America. And yeah, it's good. It's good fun. Dorothy's asking, why am I green? Because I haven't had a time to take the makeup off. And besides, I thought, given I went as a composer, albeit the decomposing variety, I thought maybe the green would add a bit of inspiration. Either that or I need to go and see a doctor. But anyway, I look positive, composed. Thanks, everyone. Well, it's great to have you. Lisa, no more sweeties, you remember. That's fabulous. So, everyone, well, we're going to have a look tonight. We're working in Garageband, as always. And we're going to put together a performance of a piece called Tell Me Ma. And this is a folk song. It's very, very, very popular in the Emerald Isle. Its origins are unclear. I'm going to say that in a tactful way, because I suggested that they may have come from somewhere contrary to where people may think it's from and got roundly told off. So its origins are unclear. The Wikipedia page is certainly vague, but it's very popular in Ireland. So a good Irish folk song. We're bringing the crack, ladies and gentlemen, bringing the crack. So Tell Me Ma. Now, I've deliberately not listened to this too much, because the problem with, if you listen to other people's versions, when you're putting together an arrangement, you end up doing an arrangement of their arrangement. Having said that, the Shamrock version, which is just this sort of club dance, raise the roof, tell me ma, when I go home, the boys won't leave the girls alone sort of sound, is sort of pervasive. You can't get away from that thumping. So it's going to have some kind of really good four to the floor beat through it. It's going to be in D. I thought about F, but if I do it in D, everyone can sing along. And, of course, we can have the cantilé. And everything at the moment has to have the cantilé in it. So there we are. What on earth makeup do you... No. I only came in about an hour ago, Terry, and we had dinner. And then I looked at the clock. We got watching the programme that shall not be named, but the one with all the dancing. And I looked at the clock and said a rude word and ran upstairs. So hence, still in the get up. Anyway, so let's have a think. Tell me ma, we're in D. We don't want to get too clever with the harmony, because one of the joys of a good folk song is just having 2 or 3 chords, sometimes 4 if you're lucky, but 3 is fine. You can have a lot of fun with 3 chords. So let's have a think. I've got some lyrics here. Tell me ma, when I go home, the boys won't leave the girls alone. They pull my hair, they go steal my comb, but that's alright till I go home. She is handsome, she is pretty, she's the belle of Belfast City. She's a courtin' 1, 2, 3. Pray won't you tell me who is she? Great tune this. Then we've got a verse. Albert Mooney says he loves her, all the boys are fighting for her. Knock at the door and they ring that bell. Oh my true love, are you well? Out she comes as white as snow, rings on her fingers and bells on her toes. Old Johnny Murray says she will die if she doesn't get the fellow with a roving eye. Love the words. Old Johnny Murray says she will die if she doesn't get the fellow with a roving eye. Oh, fabulous stuff. Am I dressed up as Mozart? Well, yes, I certainly went around. For those of you who didn't see, I tell you what, for those who didn't see the full costume, because this is not the full costume, and I am wearing the Bach t-shirt, do I still have, hang on a second, just for you. Can I drop the photo on? I can. Right, hang on a second, folks. There we go. Do be warned. Here we go. Whoa. So that was the costume. The decomposing composer. Not very subtle. Last year I went as the Phantom, so there we are. That was the decomposing composer. There we are, just for you. So now let's have a think. We've got, how many verses have we got? We've got a really good chorus that we're going to keep bringing back. And we've got 2 verses. Let the wind and the rain and the hail blow high and the snow come a-tumbling from the sky. She's as nice as apple pie, she get her own lad by and by. When she gets a lad of her own, she won't tell him out until she comes home. No, that's wrong. When she gets a lad of her own, she won't tell him out till she comes home. Let them all come as they will, for it's Albert Mooney she loves still. Tell me, ma. Oh yeah, we're going to have some lap slapping, as it were, in the process of the recording. Okay, right. Enough gabbing. Let's put some notes down. So, lots of people know this one. Very Terry Wogan. The keyboard's a bit loud, is it? Okay, thank you, everyone. Let's turn that down a smidge. Thanks, Julie. That's still quite loud. Let's turn that down. That should help. There we go. Right. Nice. Good. So, let's put down some chords that I can sing along to. So I'm going to need an introduction. Let's just do a... She's doing what the full introduction? We'll just do... Or we could even just go straight into the chorus. Okay, no. Don't bore us. Get to the chorus. Hang on. I need the beat. Let's get the beat going. Tell me, Mark, the voice won't leave the girls alone. They pull my hair and they stole my comb, but that's alright till I go home. She is handsome, she is pretty, she's the belle of Belfast City. She is a garden, 1, 2, 3. Pray, won't you tell me who is she? Tell me, Ma, when I go home, the boys won't leave the girls alone. They pull my hair, they stole my comb, but that's alright till I go home. She is handsome, she is pretty, she's the belle of Belfast City. She's a garden, 1, 2, 3. Pray, won't you tell me who is she? Albert Mooney says he loves her, all the boys are fighting for. Knock at the door and they ring that bell. Oh, my true love, are you well? Out she comes as white as snow, rings on her fingers, bells on her toes. All my rejoicing, see what time she doesn't get fell over the roving. Tell me, Ma, when I go home, the boys won't leave the girls alone. Pull my hair, stole my comb, but that's alright till I go. She is handsome, she is pretty, she's the belle of Belfast City. She is a garden, 1, 2, 3. Pray, would you tell me who is she? Okay, that'll do for now. 32 bars is enough to work with. So, let's have a listen to that. Turn the clicking off for now. Good. Right, so what we're going to do now, everyone, those of you who are followers of this kind of thing, are going to quantize that. So we need 16th notes, and that should just put it all in time. Oh, sometimes you just got to check because it'll line it up to the wrong note there. So let's just those are all early as well. I did not play this very well. That's why I'm having to clean this up. Oh, hey, that's funky. Right, let's try that again. Good. Okay, that will do for now. Right, so let's get some vocals in. I know it's early, but this is all about the vocals, this piece. It's got lots of nice acapellas. Oh, lovely jubbly. Let's turn that down so we're not blasting ourselves out. And I'm just going to do this dry for now. I'm going to add lots of reverb so we get a nice sense of space and cavernous sort of club. But let's get started. So I just want the chorus, really. I want a version of the chorus. So we want some harmony. And we'll sing the tune in later on. So, tell me, Ma, when I go home, the boys soon leave, the girls unknown. That sort of thing. Just holding those notes in the first verse. Little tip if you're arranging stuff, don't give it all away in the first verse. All right, have some harmonic ideas And even if you're thinking, I'm just going to change from this chord. Hang on, from this to that. Well, if you can stay on the original chord and only change later on, it has more impact. Just a thought. So anyway, we're going to keep it nice and tell me ma when I go home. Right, let's put in a vocal. Tell me ma when I go home, the boys won't leave the girls alone. They pull my hair, they stole my comb, but that's alright till I go home. She is handsome, she is pretty, she's the belle of Belfast City. She is a courting 1, 2, 3. Pray won't you tell me who is she? Not the most interesting line. It's just one note. Could be an alto line, eh? Oh, did it just get cold in here? Sorry, altos. Okay, right, so I want a bass line. It's going to be just as exciting as that. Here we go. Tell me ma when I go home, the boys won't leave the girls alone. They pull my hair, they stole my comb, well that's alright till I go home. She is handsome, she is pretty, she's the belle of Belfast City. She is a courting 1, 2, 3. Pray won't you tell me who is she? Okay. Just realised I've had my phone in a rather silly place for recording. But anyway, now let's have a listen to that. It's not going to be very interesting, but that's just the framework. It's like a drone. Yeah, that's all right. So the tune goes in amongst that. If I just, those of you thinking that makes no sense, but if you sing the tune along with that, tell me ma when I go home, boys won't leave the girls alone. They pull my hair and they stole my comb, but that's alright till I go home. She is handsome, she is pretty, she's the belle of Belfast City. She is a courting 1, 2, 3. Pray won't you tell me who is she? So that kind of works. We've got some music coming together there now. A couple of things for those of you, I know there's lots of you watching kind of going, taking frantic notes. It's, what's he doing? So a couple of things when you're recording your voice over and over and over again. One of the things you can start to get, and you definitely got it there, was a sort of a resonance where you get that all of the voices are the same and they're all occupying kind of the same space. It's a bit like an episode of Star Trek or something, you know, no two things can occupy the same space in the space-time continuum. And it's the same with audio. If you're all in the same space, it just sounds squashed. So what we do, ladies and gentlemen, what we do is we use what's called EQ. I don't know if you can see all this, but I'm just going to change the equalization for these. There we go. I'm going to make that one a little bit basic, and I'm going to EQ them differently. Okay, so they're not going to be the same. So they're going to be sitting on just slightly different places in the stereo field. Sound is three-dimensional after all. Volume is to and fro. Okay, panning is left and right, and pitch is up and down. So you can position things in a 3D way, and by boosting the different parts of the voice, the low, the mid, and the high, you can place things in the stereo field. I'm just going to pan the voices left and right, and we should get a bit of a sense of what's going on. When I go home, the boys won't leave the girls alone. They pull my hair and they stole my comb. Yeah, so that's starting to come together. Good. Right, let's get a bit of, let's get the tune down as well. And we've got a little bit of inner harmony to do, and then we're going to move on and add some instruments. And this will be, this is going to come back quite a lot, so I'm going to work on the chorus a bit. Here we go. Tell me ma when I go home, the boys won't leave the girls alone. They pull my hair, they stole my comb, well that's alright till I go home. She is handsome, she is pretty, she's the belle of Belfast City. She is a courting 1, 2, 3. Pray won't you tell me who is she? I'm not even going to, and Nikki's out there going, well, yeah, it's not a very good accent. I'm not even going to begin to attempt to do Northern Irish accent. My family's from Cork, so it's just going to be Cork, I'm afraid. Sorry, but it's obviously going to be the Belle of Belfast City. The only word I can say with any kind of a Northern Irish accent is, and this is a one-word impression. This is my Liam Neeson, everyone. Bananas. That's the only word I can say with any kind of Northern Irish accent. Bananas. How is that, Nikki? Is that if I went into a greengrocer's in Northern Ireland, no, it wouldn't go well. I'm not going to do that. Okay, so I'm just going to move that across so I can, because at the moment we've got no breath, we've got no start to the note. So now we want inner harmony, and then we can move on to add some instruments. Good, good, good. I am all green. Don't worry. It's nothing at all to do with your screen. This is just me in my off hours sitting around wearing green. Okay. Tell me, ma, tell me, ma, when I go home. Let's put in some alto and high tenor. Here we go. It's all a bit bassy at the moment. Right. Tell me, ma, when I go home, the boys won't leave the girls alone. They pull my hair, they stole my comb, well that's alright till I go home. She is handsome, she is pretty, she's the belle of Belfast City. She is a Gordon 1, 2, 3. Pray won't you tell me who is she? Good. Okay, and we want one more. I'm greedy. I want 5-part harmony. Tell me, ma, when I go home, the boys won't leave the girls alone. Okay, inner harmony. Here we go. Tell me, ma, when I go home, the boys won't leave the girls alone. They pull my hair and they stole my comb, but that's alright till I go home. She is handsome, she is pretty, she's the belle of Belfast City. She is the Gordon 1, 2, 3. Pray won't you tell me who is she? Okay, now we take out the piano part, which has held us together so magnificently. We add in a little bit of reverb, just a little bit. Don't want to be too over the top. We want it to sound like a... No, that's the wrong plug-in. We want the Space Designer. And we want a medium space. And let's go for Midnight Hall. That sounds fun. Midnight Hall. What does that sound like? Well, let's find out. Let's take it down a little bit. And... Tell me, ma, when I go home, the boys won't leave the girls alone. They pull my hair and they stole my comb, well that's alright till I go home. She is handsome, she is pretty, she's the belle of Belfast City. She is a Gordon 1, 2, 3. Pray won't you tell me who is she? Oh yeah, we got to get some in that, don't we? Nice. Okay, good. So we've got some vocals. Let's add in some chords now. We need drums and we need bass. And there's going to be lots of dum, dum, dum. But I also want a little bit of a kit going. So now this is going to be interesting to some of you. I'm going to add a drummer track. And those of you with contemporary Garageband, you have access to this as well. This is really good. If you want to add a beat, I'll just check that you can all see this on my screen. Yes, you can. So this, when we add tracks, sometimes they're green tracks. And for some of you, you don't need to listen to this if you're not interested in the kind of minutiae of how all these things work. Then absolutely, just let your mind drift for a moment. But we've got green tracks, we've got blue tracks, and we've got yellow tracks. The green tracks are what we call Midi Instruments. This is the musical instruments digital interface. And if you see here, if I click, you can see they're all represented as blocks. And these are all the notes I played in down the bottom here. Okay, and then we've got the blue tracks, which are audio, literally just recorded sound, which is what many of you do when you record for the choir project. And then we've got this yellow one down here, which is really interesting because this is a drummer. And the drummer, we have a nice little slider down here so we can say whether we want it to be loud or soft, complex or simple. And I've known plenty of simple drummers, but the ability to drag the slider towards it means you can change the sound. So let's turn it down for a start because it's quite loud. Let's have a bit of Levi. To you, Levi. Okay, so that's pretty big. So I'm going to take it down to make it softer. And it's going to change the sound. I'm going to make it simpler as well. I quite like that, just as a sort of just to fill in the background. I don't want too many fills, the digga stuff. I'm not interested in that for this project. I just want to have a bit of a beat going. All right, lovely but unintelligible. Bless you all. That sounds like a perfect description of what I'm doing here. So now let's just see. Did I sing in time? Let's find out.
Tell me, Ma, when I go home, the boys won't leave the girls alone. They pulled my hair and they stole my comb. Well, that's alright till I go home. She is handsome, she is pretty. She's the belle of Belfast City. She is a courtin' 1, 2, 3. Pray would you tell me who is she?
That's got some groove. I like that. Right, so we've got our chorus, and there's going to be some more flamboyant stuff going on with it. I mean, it's got to be loud. It's got to be fun. Oh, what was that? I don't want to do that. Just want to shorten this, and there's a very, very nice reason why shortly. So that's our block. That's our first bit. Okay. Lovely. Right, more instruments. Let's get a bass going. I'm going to drag this and loop the drums. So this is just going to stay. It's a bit of a cheat here, but it's fine because we're not here to listen to drums. We're here to sing a good song. So, right, let's add in. Let's have a bass. We've got drums. We need bass. Dum dum ba-dum dum dum ba-dum dum. Now, do we go electric or do we go folk? Well, it's Folk Monday. We had the Mexican guitar on recently. That was really lovely. We've also got a balalaika. We could have a Russian balalaika. Ooh, that's quite loud. Let's turn that down. Sounds like that at that octave, but I quite like that. Well, at any rate, let's play it in like that. I can always change the instruments because I'm going to use MIDI, as I said. So let's put the piano back on as our guide. So we're in D. Here we go. Oh, wow. Whoa. Easy, Tex. And one more time. One.
Tell me, Ma, when I go home, the boys won't leave the girls alone. They pulled my hair and they stole my comb. Well, that's alright till I go home. She is handsome, she is pretty. She's the belle of Belfast City. She is a courtin' 1, 2, 3. Pray would you tell me who is she?
Okay, we're nowhere near finished, but that is starting to sound like a half-decent bass line. The drums are working. We're going to add more to them in a minute. But we now need to add some stringed instruments. So I'm going to add in, like we did last time. We're not going to have... Now, some of you out there going, I'm sure, why doesn't he add in some kind of Irish fiddle? String sounds are really hard to reproduce digitally. And trying to get a fiddle sound to sound convincing is almost impossible. So we're not going to do that. It's one of the reasons you don't hear an awful lot of synthesized solo violins. They just don't sound convincing. The same way synthesizing a human voice accurately is really hard. So what we're going to use instead is guitars. Guitars are really easy to what we call sample. And so we're going to use some of these nice samples here. Moody clipped guitar. What's that? I'm just curious, if I'm honest. Oh, no, I'm not sure that fits. Shaky mellow guitar, Spanish flamenco. Ole. No. Teardrop guitar. Actually, it's not quite the edge, but we're getting there, aren't we? Well, once again, we can record it in and change the instrument later if we don't like it. I'm not sure. Try the back. I mean, that's really interesting, but we don't want that sort of sound in this. We just want a straightforward. Okay, right. That'll do for now. Right. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 4.
Tell me, Ma, when I go home, the boys won't leave the girls alone. They pull my hair and they stole my comb. Well, that's alright till I go home. She is handsome, she is pretty. She's the belle of Belfast City. She is a curtain, 1, 2, 3. Pray, won't you tell me who is she?
Mooney says she loves her, all the boys are fighting for her. Knock at the door and they ring that bell. Oh, my true love, are you well? Out she comes as white as snow, rings on her fingers and bells on her toes. Oh, Mary Lou says she will die if she doesn't get the fellow with a roving eye. Tell me, Ma, when I go home, the boys won't... Oh no, I did the chorus twice. Knock and they ring that bell. Oh, my true love, are you well? Out she comes as white as snow, rings on her fingers and bells on her toes. Old John Roy says she will die if she doesn't get the fellow with a roving eye. Tell me, when I go home, the boys won't leave the girls alone. Pull my hair, stole my comb, that's alright till I go home. She is handsome, she is pretty, she's the belle of Belfast City. She is a curtain, 1, 2, 3. Pray, won't you tell me who is she? Okay. In danger of turning into Journey. Yeah, no, we're not going there. No, no. Just a small town girl. No. Okay, so how's that sounding? At the moment, we need to do a bit of panning because the guitar and the balalaika are sitting on top of the bass, and I'm not sure he'd like it. I mean, the basses are an interesting sort for as a general rule. So let's listen to that.
Tell me, Ma, when I go home, the boys won't leave the girls alone. They pull my hair.
Okay, now we're not actually going to start with that. We're actually going to have the vocals a cappella for the first 8 bars, and then we'll have the vocals repeat. That's what we'll do. Otherwise, it's boring. We don't want boring. So I'm just going to snip that. I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to take it as a block, and it should.
Tell me, Ma, when I go home, the boys won't leave the girls alone. They pull my hair and they stole my comb. Well, that's alright till I go home. She is...
Okay, I've just realised the drummer has not... Right, so I saw a question earlier on about this drummer. Is it a real drummer? So, what Apple have done, and this is the very clever bit about all this. This has not gone well. Sorry, Levi, I'm going to have to bring you back on in a minute. Let's add another drummer track. So the drummer is... What they've done is they've sampled the way different drummers play, and then they've provided this sort of slider at the bottom here, which allows you to say more, less, simple, complex, loud, quiet, and it's a very clever bit of artificial intelligence is what it is, and it's marvellous fun to play with. So what do we have before? Sunset it was, and Levi, and it was not too loud and not too complex. So let's have this.
Tell me, Ma, when I go home, the boys won't...
Yeah, now I want it to come in there. So I want the...
Tell me, Ma, when I go home, the boys won't leave the girls alone. They pull my hair and they stole my comb. Well, that's alright till I go home. She is handsome, she is pretty. She's the belle of Belfast City. She is a curtain, 1, 2, 3. Pray, won't you tell me who is she? Tell me, Ma, when I go home, the boys won't leave the girls
Needs
alone.
cleaning up.
They pull my hair and they stole my comb. Well, that's alright till I go home.
Right, good. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the tempo down a little bit. There's a good reason for this. It's going to sound weird because it's going to stretch the vocals out.
She tell me, Ma, when I go home, the boys won't leave the girls alone.
Clever bit of kit, this. She is handsome, she is pretty. She's the belle of Belfast City. She's a curtain, 1, 2, 3. Pray, won't you tell me who is she? Right, time for some Cantale. It's been far too long since we've had Cantale. So now, Susanna was absolutely right. The Cantale will stay in tune for either 20 minutes or until somebody opens a window and this was in tune. Oh dear. Bear with me a minute, everyone. Honestly, I tuned this just before the broadcast. Flat. the pain of getting it absolutely perfectly in tune, and then by taking the tuning peg off, you knock it out of tune. Susanna knows what I'm talking about. Haven't found the drummer. Oh, it's good. Yeah. Worth playing around with when you get onto your Garageband. Just about we can get away with that. Close enough, as they say, for government work. And somewhere in Northern Ireland, Nicky's just imploded. There we go. No. It's that F sharp. And the G. And the A. Talking amongst yourselves, ladies and gentlemen. And the D. It's because I've got it on my lap and it's warming up now. Ooh, no. We're so nearly there. Okay. Okay. More cantale. Here we go. We're going to add this in. Bear in mind, what we're going to do, we're going to take the sculpting approach to this song. We're going to fill it with lots and lots and lots of content, and then chip away and take away stuff we don't want so we can build the song that way. Right, here we go. Actually, I'm going to keep the drummer going. I'm going to make him nice and loud so I can hear him. I'm going to turn myself down so I can't hear too much of what I'm doing. That's actually in tune for the first time in ages. Right, here we go. Time for some cantale. Drummer track's not so... Oh, okay, yes, fine. I didn't want that one anyway. I wanted that one. Here we go.
Hey, would you tell me who is she?
Went slightly out there. That's all my fault. I think we got away with a bit of it. Anyway, let's have a listen. Went wrong at the end there. Okay. So let's play along, and I'm going to show you something called a crossfade. Grr. Not that kind of crossfade. Right. Actually, what would help is if I turn the other one off so I wasn't distracted by it. The bit that I didn't do right. Let's have that cut off there. Now I'm going to turn this down. It's going to click quite loudly. So just maybe turn your volumes down if it's a bit loud. Here we go. No. There we go. Here we go. No. Something's gone awry in there. So I'm going to turn off everything except the drum. Something's wrong in the guitar, I think. right. I mean, as always, I'm going to be spending some time on this tomorrow morning. Get it beaten into shape. So we've got some cantilé. Let's put in some guitar as well. Because why not? And we're going to chip away at this, as I say, like a marble construction. How's everyone doing? Just found the drums. I'm loving this, that people are working on their own pieces alongside. I've said, if you're tuning a guitar, come up from underneath. Dear sound. There we go. Lovely stuff. Okay. So let's put that one over there. Let's make sure the cantilé is nice and loud. Let's make sure the guitar's not too loud so I can hear the rest of the track. Here we go.
Would you tell me who is she?
So, lots of people asking what Garageband is. This is a music creation bit of software, Alison, known as a DAW, a digital audio workstation, and it comes free with the Mac, which is why I use it. There are more expensive versions than free, but I like this. I've used it throughout my musical career. When I was a music teacher, I taught everyone who came to study with me how to use this software, because I'm convinced it's incredibly useful. Right, I've realised the cantilé chords are completely wrong, so I've got to do those again. They won't take long. And anyway, the cantilé is lovely. And I've got a guitar part to play along with now. So let's chuck the guitar over to the right. There's not enough stuff happening there. Let's turn it down as well, because it's quite loud. And I'm going to do the cantilé again. It wasn't very good. Sorry. Let's have that again from the beginning. Let's have a little bit of EQ on the cantilé. EQ on the cantilé. Less high sound and more from the middle. Now, if you're wondering what EQ does, well, it boosts the low, mid, and high parts of the sound. So, in fact, as I'm talking, if I boost the bass, you give that. If I cut it, I sound suddenly like well, there's no boom to my voice. I'll put it somewhere around there. Now, the cantilé, this lovely instrument here, lots and lots of lovely sound. There's lots of high sort of pitch. You can hear all that. And if I turn up the high, you can hear all of that sort of crackling sound. We don't want too much high. And in fact, when you're playing a stringed instrument, you sometimes want to get rid of the high, so you don't want all the clicks to be quite so prominent. You want lots of mid, though, because that's where the note resides. So we're going to have the cantilé recorded with lots of mid, less high. Let's give it a go. I'm going to actually treat myself. Let's have it from the beginning.
Tell me, Ma, when I go home, the boys won't leave the girls alone. They pulled my hair and they stole my comb. Well, that's alright till I go home. She is handsome, she is pretty, she's the belle of Belfast City. She is a courtin', 1, 2, 3. Pray, would you tell me who is she? Tell me, Ma, when I go home, the boys won't leave the girls alone.
Too fast, mean too slow, everyone else. Right, one more time. Click on. After all that little
Would you tell me who is she? When I go home, the boys will leave the girls alone. All my home, that's alright till I go home. She is handsome, she is pretty, she's a belle of Belfast City. She is a tell me who is she?
Drats. Getting carried away. Let's pick it up from. Always annoying when you get drift out of time. Anyway. Nope. Again. This is all of these tracks I've done over the years, folks. You've missed all of the joys of me getting it wrong again and again and again. There we go. That'll just about do. I will allow that. So now then, let's come off this so it's not quite so echoey. That's a bit better. Now, let's turn the tempo up. And let's see what that does. If you record your guitar in, and you can do the same with vocals, into stuff like this. Record it in slowly. Speed it up just a little. Don't go over the top or it sounds silly. It sounds cartoonish, but you can get something that sounds all right, he said, hopefully. Let's have a little listen.
Tell me, Ma, when I go home, the boys won't leave the girls alone. They pull my hair and they stole my comb.
That's alright till I go home. She is handsome, she is pretty. She's a belle of Belfast City. She's a curtain, 1, 2, 3. Pray won't you tell me who is she? I'll be down till I go home. The boys won't leave the girls alone. Pull my hair and they stole my comb. That's alright till I go home. She is handsome, she is pretty. She is the belle of Belfast City. She is a curtain, 1, 2, 3. Pray won't you tell me who is she? Albert Mooney says she loves her. All the boys are fighting for her. Knock at the door and they ring that bell. Oh my true love, are you well? Out she comes as white as snow. Rings on her fingers and bells on her toes. Old Johnny Murray says she will die if she doesn't get the fellow with the roving eye. Tell me, Ma, when I go home, the boys won't leave you. Yeah, okay. What do we think, folks? We like that? It's got a bit of groove to it? I think that's all right. I think we get away with that. Okay, so bring the chorus back there. Let's just hear it. Okay, too much, sorry to say this, too much cantare. Committed the cardinal sin. I'm going to turn the cantare back just with the vocals. Too much cantare with the vocals. They're sitting around the same sort of level. Okay, right, we're getting there. We are definitely getting there. I'm going to slow it back down. And I want to get some thumps. Now what happens if I do this? I'm literally just thumping the desk. And it's probably going to sound a bit funny to you lot on YouTube. But can I get a nice boom through the microphone here? Let's see. Sound of running water from the room next door. My children have forgotten the rule not to use the toilet next door to the studio when Dad is broadcasting. There was a time in the summer school, I hope nobody picked it up. I'm not even going to tell you which week it was. And I was teaching something really very, very sweet and very sad. And I heard Bobby going to the bathroom and start having a wee. And so I started talking very loudly, ladies and gentlemen. I started... Don't tell Mark. Okay, right. So that's all sounding okay. So we slowed it right down again. We're going to see if we can get some boom now. So I'm going to slow it down even further. Here we go.
Hey, would you tell me who is she? Tell me now when I go home. I slowly the girls alone. They pull my hair and they stole my comb. Well, that's alright till I go home. She is handsome, she is pretty. She's a belle of our city. She is a garden 1, 2, 3. Pray, would you tell me who is she?
That's not in time, is it, when it comes in? And why is that? Oh, that's because I haven't put it in the right place. How does that sound if I do that here? No, I'm going to record that in again. I'm not going to be able to cheat that. That's fine. I don't have to do that tonight necessarily. So let's just see. Let's have a listen to our boom track. Boom, boom, boom. Shake, shake, shake the room. That's actually quite convincing. I've genuinely heard worse recordings of bass drums. That was me thumping the desk with my fist. Not too hard, mind. Not too hard. Now we're going to, because this is bass drum, we don't want high. We don't want a high sound. We want, and we don't want too much of the mid. We want lots and lots of thump though. So let's hear that again with a bit of extra reverb. That's not bad for a fist thump on the desk. Okay, good. Now we also want some, I'll say this carefully, slapping of the lap. Some clapping as well. Wouldn't go amiss. What do you think? So let's add this in a little faster. Just a smidge. Here we go. So 4 beats in.
Hey, would you tell me who is she? Tell me now when I go home. I slowly the girls alone. They pull my hair and they stole my comb. Well, that's alright till I go home. She is handsome, she is pretty. She's the belle of our city. She is a garden 1, 2, 3. Hey, would you tell me who is she?
Right, I'm not happy with that chorus when it comes back. That's where the problem is. So let's sort that out. But hey, that's not too bad. Let's listen to the now with the extra clapping and so on. Okay, good. So now I can turn the thumps down a bit. And I can turn the cantilever down. Don't tell Susanna. Okay, so let's have this. Right, back up to 120 BPM because that's the disco tempo. That's alright till I go home. She is handsome, she is pretty. She's a belle of our city. She's a carton 1, 2, 3. Pray, would you tell me who is she? Yeah, that's alright. We're getting there. Right, let's come off that so we're not so echoey. Good. So I need to redo the chorus down here. Well, that's fine. But first, I need to find out what the problem is because there was something really rotten with the timing there. No. So let's have the Albert Mooney verse. Open the door and they ring that bell. Oh my true love, are you well? Out she comes as white as snow, rings on her fingers and bells on her toes. Mary says she will die if she doesn't get the fellow with a roving eye. Yeah, that's where it goes wrong. And it's not good. So let's get a shot of... Is it the bass? Yeah, the bass is out. Let's have a look. Bass on its own. That's not very good. Let's get rid of that. Dum, dum, bum, bum, bum. Okay, good. I was getting a bit carried away with myself. Right, so let's... Tell you what, if we take the classical acoustic guitar out for now... Did I strum the rest in time? Let's see. Just about. Sound of me getting cross with the cantilever part there. Okay. Good. Right, let's put some vocals in. Because I'm aware you've all got things to do. Let's just from... So this is the bass part, isn't it? Right, I'm going to do something I should always do, which is to label everything. No, it's the tenor part. Should always label your tracks. I'm very lazy when it comes to that. Okay, so that's the bass part. And this should be... So that's harmony. And this is...
It's alright till I go home.
Alto, a bit flat, but we can sort that out. Okay, and then this one was...
She is handsome, she is pretty, she's the belle of Belfast City.
That's another tenor. That's tenor 2. Okay, good. So let's put in the bass. And as you're going through your arrangement, first time you can sing it as simply as possible. First chorus. Then when you bring it back, embellish it a little bit. Handel would be proud. Make sure that you don't just do the same thing every time. Give it something a bit different. Give it some shape. Give it some colour. Whatever you want to do. Okay, so starting there. Right, here we go. Tell me ma when I go. Tell me ma when I go home. The boys won't hear the girls alone. Right, here we go. Tell me ma when I go home, the boys won't leave the girls alone. They pull my hair, they stole my comb, but that's alright till I go home. She is handsome, she is pretty, she's the belle of Belfast City. She is the curtain, 1, 2, 3, pray won't you tell me who is she? Unplugged moment at the end there. Now the harmony. First time in the chorus is a little bit subdued. This is starting to get a little bit more exciting. Here we go. Tell me ma when I go home, the boys won't leave the girls alone. They pull my hair, they stole my comb, well that's alright till I go home. She is handsome, she is pretty, she's the belle of Belfast City. She's the curtain, 1, 2, 3, pray won't you tell me who is she? Let's have an alto. Tell me ma when I go home. How's everyone doing? Does anyone know how to apples this? If only, Norb. If only. Oh dear, if anyone has Tim Cook's number. Right, here we go. Tell me ma when I go home, boys won't leave. No, that's exactly what I sang for the tenor part. Tell me ma when I go home, the boys won't leave the girls alone. They pull my hair, they stole my comb, that's alright till I go home. She is handsome, she is pretty, she's the belle of Belfast City. She's the curtain, 1, 2, 3, pray won't you tell me who is she? Good. Kathy really wants me to play the spoons. I don't have any spoons up here, Kathy. I'm sorry. Oh dear, that's next up. But that'll have to be for one of the music hall, one of the Cockney sing-alongs, ladies and gentlemen. Don't we think? I'll get the old spoons out. Anyway, tell me ma when I go home. Which way did I go for this one? Tell me ma when I go. Okay, I didn't record that at all. So let's put the tenor part in. Starting there. Tell me, Ma, when I go home, the boys won't leave the girls alone. They pull my hair and they stole my comb, but that's alright till I go home. She is handsome, she is pretty, she's a belle of Belfast City. She's a Gordon 1, 2, 3. Pray, would you tell me who is she? Excellent. I love that it just sort of disintegrates after that, but we'll get to it. Okay, and let's have a bit of the tune, which I can always mute. Actually, no, let's leave that. Let's just see, what does it sound like with just that all put in together?
Tell me, Ma, when I go home, the boys won't leave the girls alone. They pull my hair, they stole my comb, that's alright till I go home.
She is handsome, she is pretty, she's a belle of Belfast City. She's a Corton 1, 2, 3. Pray, won't you tell me who is she? Okay, good. Our chorus is coming together. This is going to work. It's always nice. So, let's turn that off there. And that, and that. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to see if we can't cheat. Now, I'm going to quantize audio here. And because I was playing just nice, straightforward crotchets, has that worked? Let's see. It should have quantized all of my thumps from earlier on to the beat. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Okay, good. And now the clicks as well. What did I do for those? That was also crotchets, wasn't it? So let's quantize that. Quantization is very, very useful as long as you can play mostly in time. It does take a bit of practice. Dorothy was asking earlier on, I saw in the comments, do you get better at your timing if you practice along? 100%. If you want to get better at keeping tempo, practice with a click track. And one of the reasons I use a drum track rather than a click track, because a click is useful, but you can get out of time even with a click. So if you get a drum track going, you can always take it out later on. I won't tell you which great famous choral work that I recorded along to a hip hop beat, a dubstep beat actually. And then you take the drums out and you are perfectly in time because you've been singing along to a really precise drum track with lots and lots and lots of little sort of inner beats. So how's this sounding? Fingers crossed.
When I go home, the boys won't leave the girls alone. They pull my hair and stole my comb, well, that's alright till I go home. She is handsome, she is pretty, she's the belle of Belfast City. She is a Gordon 1, 2, 3. Pray, would you tell me who is she?
Says she loves her, all the boys are fighting for her. Knock at the door and they ring that bell. Oh, my true love, are you well? Out she comes as white as snow, rings on her fingers and bells on her toes. Oh, Johnny Murray says she will die if she doesn't get the fella with a roving eye. Tell me, Ma, when I go home, the boys won't leave the girls alone. They pull my hair and stole my comb, but that's alright till I go home. She is handsome, she is pretty, she's a belle of Belfast City. She is a Corton 1, 2, 3. Quantize husband. I've just seen Gloria's comment about quantizing husbands. If only there was a button to to make your significant other line up and do what you tell. I don't think that would go well. I can't see any scenario where that would go well for anyone. Would not recommend, ladies and gentlemen, you attempting to quantize your significant others. Though I have to commend your thought process there, Gloria. I think that oh dear, that's brilliant. Quantizing husbands. I'm sure there's something to be said for a mute button as well, but don't quote me on that. I'll just shut myself up. Just need to actually, what would be useful, far more useful for somebody like me, is a self-mute. But anyway, so right, we've got let's cheat now because we're now starting to run a little bit out, not out of time, but we've been at this a while. So let's grab a nice big block of music for the other verse. Let's drag the balalaika in as well, and let's just check that works. So we've got the end of
She's a Gordon 1, 2, 3. Pray, would you tell me who is she?
Dum, bum, bum. No, that's not gone well. So don't worry, I'll record that in. Have we got the? Nope. Oh, that's the drummer. Oh, it's typical. It's always the drummer who's out of tune at a time. There's that old joke. How do you know there's a drummer at the door? The knocking keeps speeding up and they don't know when to come in. Apologies to any percussionists, but they won't be watching. They'll be too busy delivering pizzas tonight. No, that's still not right. But anyway, can we get away? That drummer is just not happy. Okay, fine. If you're going to be like that. I really like that thump, which is just my hand on the desk. That actually really works. Just I can't use it with any of the other tracks. It works so well. Right, so do we get? Let's do a run from the beginning and see how it works so far. Here we go. Tell me, Ma, when I go home, the boys won't leave the girls alone. They pull my hair and stole my comb, and that's alright till I go home. He is handsome, she is pretty, she's a belle of Belfast City. She's a courtin' 1, 2, 3, wait, won't you tell me who is she? Tell me, Ma, when I go home, the boys won't leave the girls alone. Pull my hair and they stole my comb, and that's alright till I go home. She is handsome, she is pretty, she's a belle of Belfast City. She's a courtin' 1, 2, 3, pray won't you tell me who is she? Albert Mooney says he loves her, all the boys are fighting for her. Knock on the door and they ring that bell, oh my true love, are you well? Out she comes as white as snow, rings on her fingers and bells on her toes. Old Johnny Murray says she will die if she doesn't get the fella with a roving eye. Tell me, Ma, when I go home, the boys won't leave the girls alone. They pull my hair and they stole my comb, well that's alright till I go home. She is handsome, she is pretty, she's the belle of Belfast City. She's the courtin' 1, 2, 3, pray won't you tell me who is she? Let the wind and the rain and the hail blow high and the snow come a-tumbling from. Yeah, it's the timing there's not quite. Pray won't you tell me who is she? We're losing a little bit just from the very first. See, this sometimes happens when you're dealing with digital blocks. You've got to make sure you've done it absolutely right, or it's just not going to work. Okay, so here we are at the culprits. And let's just extend this out and find the start of it. And it's just about finding the groove, folks. Here we go. She chung on the beat. That's a bit better. So we need to stretch that out so we don't get a bit of silence. So that, I think that might be it. I mean, we're talking fractions of a millisecond. Let's have that. She is handsome, she is pretty, she's a belle of Belfast City. She's a courtin' 1, 2, 3, pray won't you tell me who is she? Let the wind and the rain and the hail blow high and the snow come a-tumbling from the sky. I like that. I like it. I like it a lot. So, and what we'll do is we'll just have just those guitars, and then we'll bring everything back for the last two choruses. You can't just have one chorus in a song like this. You gotta have the double chorus. Don't bore us. Get to the double chorus. Let's check we can hand that over. Tell me, Ma, when I go home, the boys won't leave the girls alone. Good. And let's just have that dovetailing again. Good. I think that might be nearly it. I mean, there's still there's a couple of bits to add in, and tomorrow morning I'm going to go through this as I always do, and just tweak, because it's when you wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning with the song playing in your head. But I mean, I don't know if you folks ever get this, but I do sometimes hear extra parts in with things, so it's not just the nice music, but you hear your brain sort of says, yeah, but you could add this or you could add that, and I wake up in the morning with a different line in my head. So that, I think, is what's going to happen overnight. I can already tell this song is going to be stuck in my head all blooming week. So thank you, Nikki, for sending this one in. It's another Eyes the Buy. And I'm still considering, I haven't yet decided not to use the dulcimer. I love the dulcimer whenever I can use it. So there may yet be some dulcimer. Is that right? That's looking good. Let's have a listen.
1, 2, 3, pray, would you tell me who is she? Only mama.
Nah, no. I'm not going to be able to get away with it. I'm going to have to do those vocals properly to the end, and then we want a dum 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 at the very end. So let's have the bass for the last choruses. There's double chorus. I reckon another 10 minutes, folks. If you have to go, completely understand. You're busy people with lives. But let's see if we can bring this one home. So D major. So let's bring the bass in after this verse about the wind and the rain and the hail blow high, which is quite appropriate given what's going on outside. And I shall finish the song and we shall go and see if my children have left any sweets left. Here we go.
Only ma, when I go home, the boys won't leave the girls alone. They pull my hair, they sew my comb. That's alright till I go home. She is handsome, she is pretty. She's a bella del far city. She's a garden, 1, 2, 3. Pray, would you tell me who is she?
There we go. That's going to be the end of the song. We'll do the chorus twice. We'll do the she is handsome, she is pretty. She's the belle of Belfast City. And we'll do that bit twice. And we'll chop off the end of this drummer because otherwise he'll just fill in, and we'll add in some thumps at the end. Right. More thumps on the table. Here we go.
Only ma, when I go home, the boys won't leave the girls alone. They pull my hair, they sew my comb. That's alright till I go home. She is handsome, she is pretty. She's a bella del far city. She's a garden, 1, 2, 3. Pray, would you tell me who is she?
A little creak from the chair at the end. Oh dear, right, let's get rid of that.
Only ma, when I go home, the boys won't leave the girls alone. They pull my hair, they sew my...
Good, okay. And let's get the cantale out. Is it in tune? No. It's just been over there. It's been 20 minutes though. The door wasn't open, Susanna, but I'm afraid it didn't want to stay in tune. The A. Welcome to Cantale Tuning with Ben, a 2-hour program every Sunday evening, tuning the cantale. At one point I said to Susanna, I love this thing, I genuinely adore this instrument. I want 11 string, but I can imagine that by the time you finish tuning it, you've got to start to, it's like painting the 4th bridge, it's never done. Okay. No, the A. Right, let's do it. Let's do it. If it's out of tune, I'll re-record it tomorrow morning, I promise. I wouldn't do that to you, Susanna. Right, here we go. So this is the chorus at the end. Oh, hang on. Yeah, hang on. Yeah, let's slow it down so we get a little bit more shape to it all. Back to 85. Here we go. Oh, no, I'm sorry. It's so out of tune. Okay, so anyone was wondering, this is the tool that I have to, so it's a bit like a sort of inverse Allen key. just the G. Okay, let's do it. This is it. This is the one. That will absolutely be re-recorded for tomorrow morning, but that will do to show us approximately what should be in place there. Just a couple of guitar chords, I think, and then we are golden. There'll be a bit of mixing as well, just to make sure it's not all quite so top heavy. Right, here we go. Chorus the last time. I do hope you've enjoyed this little session tonight, folks. It's lovely having you with me. Anna said, as is Anna in Portugal, hola Anna, hope shot as well. She said it's like you are keeping me company. I mean, the number of times I've done hundreds of hours just sitting here doing this alone, it's lovely to have you with me. So hope you enjoy it. That's awful. I'm sorry. Oh dear, I'm gonna have to tune it and do it again. It's terrible. Oh dear, it's so flat. Sorry. Yes, Suzanne, I've just seen your comment. It is absolutely flat. Oh. There we are. There it is. There we are. That's the one. It's worth it, folks. It's worth it. Now that we check, I'm just not going to record over the wrong thing. Good, that's better. That's the one. Okay, here we go. Some of you are saying better than any TV program. Bless your cotton socks, goodness me. Well, if anyone's watching from BBC One, this is Who Needs Strictly 8. Right, here we go. Susanna's just posted, imagine trying to tune all the instruments in a Cantaloupe summer camp when there's a thunderstorm outside. Oh my goodness me. I mean, there's just 5 strings, Susanna. I mean, no wonder the Finns are such a patient and calm people. You've got to be if that's your national instrument. I mean, otherwise, it's a wonderful thing. Thank you ever so much for it. And it just adds such a lot of lovely colour to everything. Now, let's hear it. Oh, up to, let's, I think 120 is a bit fast. Let's try 114. With all my hair and it's all my comb, but that's alright till I go home. She is handsome, she is pretty, she's a belle of Belfast City. She is a curtain, 1, 2, 3, pray won't you tell me who is she? She is handsome, she is pretty, she's a belle of Belfast City. She is a curtain, 1, 2, 3, pray won't you tell me who is she? Okay, that works. I like that. I've decided though I'm gonna really cheese it up, folks, and I almost want to apologise, but okay, right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the instruments out, have some a cappella, and then bring them back in for the last bit. So. Right, she is handsome from. Where do we bring it back in? I want to bring it in at the bring it back at the part where everyone comes back in just after that break. So let's take the bass out. Let's take that bit out. Let's take actually we'll keep the thumps in, but we'll take the drums out. Does that sound empty? She is handsome, she is pretty, she's a belle of Belfast City. She is a garden, 1, 2, 3, pray. Oh, I like that. Who is she? Something went a bit awry there. I think I'll leave the drums out for this last bit. Tell me, Ma, when I go home, the boys won't leave the girls alone. They pull my hair, they sew my comb, but that's alright till I go home. She is handsome, she is pretty, she's a belle of Belfast City. She's a garden, 1, 2, 3, pray, would you tell me who is she? And then one last bit. She's a garden, 1, 2, 3, pray, would you tell me who is she? She is handsome, she is pretty, she's a belle of Belfast City. She's a garden, 1, 2, 3, pray won't you tell me who is she? Okay, nice big celebratory finish to this. Here we go. She is handsome, she is pretty, she's a belle of Belfast City. She is a garden, 1, 2, 3, pray won't you tell me who is she? Nice. Hello, Kathleen. Lovely to see you. Welcome to the Madhouse. Thank you, everyone, for helping and saying hello to her. And we're putting a song together. I've just realised something. We've been on the air an hour and 20 minutes. I haven't saved once. Oh, dear. Tell me, Ma. Yes. Right. So, harmony. She's handsome, she. Right, here we go. She's a garden, 1, 2, 3, pray, would you tell me who is she? She is handsome, she is pretty, she's the belle of Belfast City. She is a garden, 1, 2, 3, pray, would you tell me who is she? And an alto part as well, because where would life be without the altos? Let's chuck the tune up right at the top. She is handsome, she is pretty, she's the belle of Belfast City. She's a garden, 1, 2, 3, pray won't you tell me who is she? Okay, I think that's I'm happy with that for the most part, folks. I'm happy with that. It needs some tweaks tomorrow morning, but let's sing it. Yeah, let's just sing it. Those of you who are here. Let's have some fun. It might not entirely work, but it's a bit of fun. It's been great working on this with everyone together, and thank you for being here. And if you like this, there'll be more. But here is "Tell Me, Ma," as arranged by Homechoir over the last hour and 20 minutes. Here we go, everyone. There's your note, tell me, Ma. That didn't help at all. If you have a look at the words, Google "Tell Me Ma" lyrics. I'll give you a second. Google "Tell Me Ma" lyrics. And we're going to go from the top All the way down. Yes, we like. Brilliant. Brilliant. So, I need a track all of my own where I can be free and express myself. Oh, marvellous. There we go. I've just realised I need to just pan this a little bit more. Just make it a bit more interesting. Right. Here we go. Have fun. Tell me, Ma, when I go home, the boys won't leave the girls alone. They pull my hair and they stole my comb. Well, that's alright till I go home. She's handsome, she's pretty, she's a belle of Belfast City. She's a carton, 1, 2, 3. Pray, won't you tell me who is she? Tell me, Ma, when I go home, the boys won't leave the girls alone. They pull my hair and they stole my comb. Well, that's alright till I go home. She is handsome, she's pretty, she's a belle of Belfast City. She's a carton, 1, 2, 3. Pray, won't you tell me who is she? Albert Mooney says he loves her. All the boys are fighting for her. Knock on the door, ring that bell. Oh, my true love, are you well? Out she comes as white as snow. Rings on her fingers and bells on her toes. Old Johnny Murray says she will die if she doesn't get the fellow with a rowing eye. Tell me, Ma, when I go home, the boys won't leave the girls alone. They pulled my hair and they stole my comb. But that's alright till I go home. She is handsome, she is pretty, she's a belle of Belfast City. She's a carton, 1, 2, 3. Pray, won't you tell me who is she? Let the rain and the hail blow high, and the snow come a-tumbling from the sky. She's as nice as apple pie, and she'll get her own lad by and by. When she gets a lad of her own, she won't tell Ma till she comes home. Let them all come as they will, for it's Albert Mooney she loves still. Tell me, Ma, when I go home, the boys won't leave the girls alone. They pull my hair and they stole my comb, but that's alright till I go home. She is handsome, she is pretty, she's a belle of Belfast City. She's a carton, 1, 2, 3. Pray, won't you tell me who is she? She is handsome, she is pretty, she's a belle of Belfast City. She's a carton, 1, 2, 3. Pray, won't you tell me who is she? There we go. What do we think? There is our track for tomorrow. And it may sound a little bit different tomorrow. Might add in a few more thumps and maybe a couple of little bits. But there we are, folks. That is a track created from scratch over about an hour and 20 minutes. Bro, where do you breathe? You don't. I disagree with the part... Not to be a party people, but I disagree with the grammar in the chorus. It should be steal my comb. Oh, well, I mean... can I suggest... Take it up with the authorities, Dorothy, okay? I'd file a formal complaint with the Folk Song Authority, the FSA. So, well done tonight, everyone, for just hanging around. I hope you've enjoyed it. There will be more of these, and you'll hear this tomorrow. Don't forget Folk Monday, 2 o'clock. Enjoy what's left of your evening, and happy Halloween. I've just realised I've got a green face, and I have had for much of this evening, so I'm going to go and wash that off. And I'll see you tomorrow. Take care, everyone. Have a good evening. Au revoir, mes amis. Goodbye.